welcome to this week's video. If you're new here, my name is Anna. If you're not new here, welcome back. Thank you for returning. Today's video is going to be what I think of my Sony ZV-1 Mark II camera a year later, or almost a year later. So with that being said, we're gonna roll into this video. Okay, first thing is, thank you to Aaron the Testy. I will put the comment on the screen, so if I'm saying that wrong, sorry Aaron. Aaron did comment, leave a comment asking how I liked it. So that is what inspired this video. If you have any video suggestions like Aaron did, or have any questions that potentially could turn into a video or inspire another video, please do so. It would help me figure out what you guys want to watch. Yes, because I want my channel to be helpful to you guys. The biggest thing I want to say is what works for me might not work for you. And my situation is so please keep that in mind when I'm giving you all these suggestions that I will do with that. Let's get back to the video. Okay, let's get into this video now. Like I said in the intro, I have the ZV-1 Mark II. I have it in the color white. Now you can get it in the black version, but I chose white because my house is so dark. So we decided to just do white so that if I misplace it, or if my parents put it somewhere else, we know wherever it was going to be. So the reason behind why I got the Mark II is because by the time I was ready to buy a new camera, the Mark I was like too old to buy, or not be supported anymore. I did that with my last camera. Big mistake. Because it's not being supported by Sony, or not Sony, my old camera, by my old camera company, which was a Canon, if you guys didn't know. So I actually was looking for, I wanted originally to do Canon anyway, but they're no longer making that camera, so I'm not gonna buy a camera that's not being made. So that's why I didn't continue with my Canon products. Nothing wrong with it, just didn't have the camera I really wanted, because I realized very quickly I wanted flexibility with my content, which that brings me to the reason why I bought my Sony. It gives me more flexibility with the content I can do. Like I can do sit-down videos like I am doing now, or I can do vlog style. And it is very transportable. It is so light, you guys. I can even carry the camera around and not have to worry about getting tired. And that is huge for me, because it gives me more independence, like I was saying. Because my independence is very limited as it is. So any independence I have is good for me. Okay, I figured this out by watching YouTube videos. Is anybody surprised? Not really. Okay, so I watched a lot of YouTube videos, like I suggested to you guys. And I saw that the Mark II, you could have it on the stand, but also switch out the batteries. Because the battery life doesn't last for very long, on this camera, which is kind of not a disappointment, but something to consider when you are, looking at this camera. Because if you're going to be a vlog, or like a travel vlogger, or if you're not going to be at your house, then I would definitely suggest maybe looking into a different camera because this battery doesn't last for very long. But on the flip side, you can always plug it in with like a charger. But yes, always have extra batteries with you or a charger, because you can always still record. Like if you're in the middle of a video, you can still record while it's charging. It's just gonna be a slower charge than what it would have been if you were not. Sorry, it would have been it's just gonna be a slower charge while you're recording. It's just not. Obviously, it's gonna charge faster if it's not being in use. So that's another thing to keep in mind when you do look at this camera. So I'm gonna actually bring my phone over here to show you guys what I see from my side of things. Like I said over here, there's a flashing right over here. I will even turn the camera. And then here, I can even turn the camera if you want. And then also there's a recording box that's red when you are recording. Another thing that I forgot to I want to say is when you flip the screen, here, I'll talk to this camera. When you flip the screen, like backward or like inwards, then it does turn itself off when you do that, which is a really nice feature because I don't have the coordination because of the puffball. Because of the puffball in the microphone, because of the puffball, you can't reach the on-off button all the time. Or the background mic. Of course, I did not know that. I call it the little puffball. That's what I call it because I do not know the technical terms. But anyway, sometimes that does block you turning it on and off. So it's easier to just flip the screen off and it turns everything off. And then also, you can flip the screen out, like inwards, so like it's in like where it sits, but it's backwards. I'll have Anna show you with my phone camera what I'm talking about because I'm not making sense with that one. So when it overheats, it does turn itself off, which me and Anna figured that out in the middle of recording one day. So that's another thing. But it's also cool to see like it does do that for it, so like you don't have to worry about if you're overdoing it or anything like that. So that's cool. Good for you, Sony. So I forgot to add one more thing. So the camera is touch, so that's also helpful with my independence. Like I said, the touch bar is it is touchscreen. So I got the JJC tripod. I will have Anna put a picture up on it with the actual name because we don't know if that's the correct name. So I'll insert a picture. And also, I personally had it matched because I think it looks cleaner. However, you don't have to have it matched, but that's what I did. Because I did get this off of, hold on, let me back up. Well, first of all, my first suggestion is to go to the store and test them out. But it didn't come with, I had to order them separately. Which that was fine with me because I have so many tripods because on my last camera I have. It's been really funny how much equipment I have. So I was okay with that. Number 2 is I liked the fact that this camera only had one lens. It was very simple, and I'm constantly working on how to simplify my life and make it easier for me and for other people. I think it's important to not only consider yourself, but how much help you need or like what is going on in your life. So we are still in the process of always trying to simplify my life and not make it more complicated than it already is. So that was a little bit of a tangent, but yeah, so I love my tripod. It does have a remote inside of it. However, I do not use that because most of the time, if I'm alone, I can use the eye level with my new wheelchair and press the buttons myself. So, and I'll show you guys that in another clip. Being so high is typically raised up. And actually, this also happens too. The scoot up. And then because usually I like to have somebody sit down where I'm gonna help me sit down because I don't know how to work the tripod as good yet. So usually I have to go like hold on, let me see if this is a reminder. This, and then I have to go. Wait, where's the screen? Can I hit record without the screen? Oh, I probably hit a different button. Okay, still closed. Here. And then I have to look at where the button is. And then I'm recording it. So it's a little, some days are better than others, but you get the gist. So it doesn't really, that's how I have to do it myself. And it's just that in reverse when I go to turn it off. So I turn off that, and then I go, I gotta look into the buttons I'm pressing. As I struggle. Hold on. You know what button is it? That was the weirdest thing ever. Okay, hold on. Let me do this. Like, put you back in here. Yeah, again, the battery life is not the best. Now, this may not be like the best like photography camera, or like if you're really into like switching out the lenses, this ain't for you because the lenses are not switch outable. You're not gonna be able to switch it up. But again, consider your life and consider what you have going on with it. For me, it's really easy to put in like the backpack I just got, or like my purse, or to bring it to other places. And I love it because there's lots of videos to watch on YouTube, and it's user friendly, which is a big plus for me. Because I am not very techy, and neither is the people around me. So you have to be cautious of that. But like I said, a downfall is like the battery life and if you want to change up the lenses, this camera can't do that, so that would not be a good camera for you. But, and also if you're into like photography, this camera ain't for you. I would suggest like either like the newer version of my old camera or anything like that. So just consider like the hobbies you're gonna do, or not the hobbies, what you're using the camera for, I should say. And like if you want to do a YouTube channel, probably use this camera or like something like this camera. If you want to do like photography, wedding photos, or like look into my other camera, which I will link that vlog on the screen if you guys want to watch that. If you guys are new, because I know we are getting a little bigger, so I'm gonna pop that video up on the screen. Thank you guys for watching this video. Remember to keep on rolling, and I will see you next time. Bye!